The golden light of late summer spilled across the skyline of Austin, Texas, warming the rooftops and turning the streets into a glowing mosaic of red, gold, and amber. On a quiet cul-de-sac, the Anderson family was preparing for one of their favorite traditions, Friday night backyard movie screenings. It started 3 years ago when Daniel Anderson, a high school history teacher, had bought a projector on sale. His wife, Emily, who worked as a nurse at the local hospital, had the idea of hanging a white sheet across their wooden fence. That night, they invited their neighbors, popped popcorn, and sat on foldable chairs under the stars. What began as a casual idea had grown into a community event. People from down the street, families walking over with blankets, and even elderly couples with lawn chairs began attending. The Andersons never charged anyone, never asked for anything. It was simply about sharing. A new Friday begins. On this particular Friday, Emily was rushing around the kitchen, balancing bowls of popcorn, cutting fruit, and making pitchers of lemonade. "Daniel, can you help me carry these outside?" she called out. Her husband appeared with their teenage daughter, Samantha, who carried a stack of plastic cups. Daniel took the tray from Emily, his smile warm. "You always make this look easy," he said, nodding at the organized chaos. "It's not easy," Emily replied, laughing. "But it's worth it. People look forward to this all week." The Andersons stepped into the backyard, where the projector had already been set up. Neighbors were beginning to wander in. The Martinez family from next door brought fresh cookies, and the elderly couple across the street, Mr. and Mrs. Harper, came carrying 2 lanterns to add to the cozy atmosphere. Before long, the backyard was filled with laughter, chatter, and the kind of warmth that only came from community. Children ran around with glow sticks, and parents relaxed into lawn chairs. They wanted to watch, so we let them. As the evening settled in, Samantha noticed 2 boys, around 8 and 10 years old, peeking over the fence from the alleyway. Their clothes were worn, and their shoes scuffed. They looked hesitant but curious, drawn to the light and laughter. "Mom," Samantha whispered, tugging Emily's sleeve. "Look." Emily followed her daughter's gaze. The boys were standing quietly, clearly unsure if they were welcome. Without hesitation, Emily set down her lemonade pitcher and walked toward them with a smile. "Hey there," she said softly. "Do you want to join us?" The boys exchanged nervous glances before the older one spoke. We just wanted to watch. From here. We won't bother anyone." Emily's heart tugged. "You don't have to watch from the fence," she replied gently. "Come on in. We've got plenty of popcorn." The boys' eyes lit up with surprise, but still they hesitated. Daniel joined them, crouching down to their level. "You're welcome here," he assured them. "What's your names?" "Eli," the older one said. He nudged his brother. "Noah," the younger whispered. "Well, Eli and Noah," Daniel said with a warm smile. "Why don't you come sit with us? Movies are better when you're part of the crowd." And so, they let them in. More than just a movie night. Eli and Noah slowly settled in among the crowd. Samantha offered them glow sticks, which made Noah grin ear to ear. Emily placed bowls of popcorn in their laps, and Daniel found them extra chairs. As the movie began, Eli and Noah sat completely still, their eyes glued to the screen. It was clear they hadn't experienced something like this before. Halfway through the movie, Emily leaned over to Daniel. "Do you think they're okay? Where are their parents?" Daniel shrugged gently. "We'll find out when the time's right. For now, let's just make sure they know they're welcome." When the credits finally rolled, people began packing up chairs, chatting about their favorite scenes. But Eli and Noah lingered, hesitant to leave. Emily approached softly. "Did you enjoy the movie?" "Yes," Eli said quickly. "Thank you, we don't get to do stuff like this often." "Why not?" Samantha asked gently. Eli bit his lip before answering. "Our mom works late. We usually just stay home. Sometimes we go outside, but it's different." Emily and Daniel exchanged a glance, their hearts heavy with unspoken understanding. A tradition expands. From that night on, Eli and Noah came every Friday. Sometimes their mother, Rachel, would stop by too after finishing her late shift at the diner. She was kind but quiet, clearly exhausted from long hours of work. "Thank you for letting my boys join," Rachel said one evening, her voice catching slightly. "They don't have much, but this means the world to them." "They're part of the neighborhood now," Emily assured her with a smile. "You don't need to thank us." The boys became friends with Samantha, playing tag before the movies and helping Daniel set up the projector. They weren't just guests anymore, they were family. The lesson in watching. Months later, as the first chill of autumn arrived, the Andersons hosted their biggest movie night yet. More than 40 people gathered in the backyard. The Harpers brought quilts, the Martinez family brought tamales, and laughter filled the air. Emily spotted Eli and Noah at the front, sitting proudly with Samantha. Their mother sat nearby, smiling despite the weariness in her eyes. As the movie played, Emily thought back to that first night, the boys standing outside the fence, too shy to come in. They just wanted to watch. And all it took was one simple choice: to let them in. That decision changed everything. Not just for Eli and Noah, but for the entire neighborhood. The community felt richer, warmer, and more connected. Sometimes it wasn't about the movie at all. It was about being seen, being welcomed, and being allowed to belong. Closing reflection. Years later, Samantha would tell the story to her own children. She'd point to the backyard, remembering the night two boys peeked over the fence. "They just wanted to watch," she'd say with a smile. "So we let them." And sometimes, letting someone in makes all the difference in the world.